Ah, here we are. Loading in. Getting ready for that farm. Had a delicious, delicious egg supper. It was really good. Made an egg with cheese, put it on a wrap with some Big Mac sauce. Ate that. It was really, really good. Really good supper. I did some rolling with my premium springtime ticket, and I got Randan this awesome outfit. I love it so much. Oh my god! Like I looked at the unit for guys, and I'm like, oh, this one looks really cool. And then it popped out, and I'm like, this is amazing. He looks so fucking dapper. That's exactly what I look like when I go outside. Alright, so now it is time to get the farm on, get my grind on. I gotta sit, like, get comfy. Hey, Fizzy, how you doing? You can check inventory from the dungeon, right? Okay. I need the normal drop for this dungeon, like the Great Horn and the Tentacle. So I want to know how many tentacles I need. Okay, I need 32 tentacles, okay. I shouldn't need the boost for that. I don't want to. Because the first step to making a Celio is getting your mastery. Good about the farm. Normal. Oh, you're about to farm normal. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I got the 4 Purgatory mags on, and I have Barrage unlocked, so I'm gonna get like 5 in reward every time of the tentacle. So plus the drops I'm gonna get on the ground. I probably should have been doing hard, but you know it is what it is. I still got to get the 100 hards for the eggs, so or not 100 hards, but 100 normals and 100 hards for eggs. So might as well get the normals out of the way. Just a little while ago, I put up another video about well, the best use for eggs, like the Everspawn eggs. It's a really good video. Really proud of it. Hey, Dustin. I saw your comment. Alright, did I get a tentacle? I got a horn. This is bullshit. You get hard drops on normal? I hate normal. God damn it. A tentacle. Cool. So I should get 1 tentacle there. Plus 5, so that's 8 tentacles? No, I can't math. 6 tentacles a run, okay. So 6 times 5 would be 30. So that's 6 runs. So I'm definitely gonna pop the 50% boost, like the 30-minute one. That should be enough. That should be way more than enough to get this done. Inventory. No, not a 300. No. 100% for 30 minutes? Okay, that's lit, actually. I use that. That'll take away 1 spot minute. I shouldn't have used it now. Fuck. Should have put it on the bar. Oh, whatever. But it'll take up an inventory space, so I'll take that one instead of the others. For sure. Music's not too loud, is it? Like, I have it on in the background, but I don't know if it's too loud or not loud enough. It's never consistent, because it depends on songs. So. I missed that guy, damn. Phew. But how's your guys' Friday going? You know, good old end of the week. Smack. Smack. Bam, good smack. Ooh, 2 tentacles, this is work. 3 tentacles, 4 tentacles. Cool. So we basically doubled our tentacles. 9 tentacles around, we're gonna be done in like 3 rounds. Fuck. Oh, my internet cut out. No! If that's the case, I probably underestimated how many drops I'm getting. It won't do it. No, it won't show up like that. $133, so I need 17 more. If that's the case, I'm just gonna run hard. No, I don't want to. No, no, because I have to change all my mags, and that changes numbers. I'm not gonna do that. The egg video won't load. The one I put up, it won't load. It keeps saying something went wrong. That's weird. Are you on your phone? Because I had trouble with YouTube on the phone earlier, honestly. Try refreshing it. Because I accidentally uploaded the egg video like 3 times. Maybe it's linked on a different one? I don't know. Yeah, like I was having YouTube phone problems earlier. Like when I was uploading it, I uploaded it on my phone. So I edited it on my phone. And other videos worked? Okay. I don't know, can you you can try to like use YouTube on the actual like web browser on your phone, like Safari or whatever, Google Chrome, and you can set it to desktop mode and try it like that, because I know that there are other people that have watched it. You could try that as well. I missed 1 slime. 2 slimes. Okay. 3 slimes. Damn. It might be a mobile glitch. I don't know, because I was having problems with the. Did he just? Where the? I was having problems with the phone earlier too. It worked on your phone? Okay. Well, there's your confirmation that it works. Did you try like closing the app entirely? Like I know for me, I have an iPhone, so what I do is I double tap the home button and I swipe all my apps up, and it like shuts them down. It lets you reload them. Because sometimes just hitting home button, going in and out, it doesn't actually reset the app. Oh, I messed up. Yeah. If anything, you can try shutting your whole phone off and then turning it back on. Where'd he go? I can turn it on. You're going nowhere, buddy. One tentacle, what the fuck? It might be. I mean, I was having problems on my iPhone, so. But like I said, you can try to turn it on and off. I mean, you're watching now, right? I don't know if you're on your phone now or not, but you have two phones. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hey Tyler, how you doing? You tried on Safari and iPhone and it works fine? There you go. You love the video? You watched it that quick? Alright. Glad you did. I didn't realize it was that short of a video. I was cooking supper and I was just like, oh, you know what? That's a good idea. It was a delicious idea, actually. It's awesome. Yeah. Not so good. You went to a party last night, got drunk, and now you feel dead inside? Oh, shit. I honestly don't know what that feels like, because I don't drink personally. But that can happen. The best thing you can do now is have a lot of water and bacon if it's around, because it has electrolytes in it. So basically anything like Gatorade or water, anything that's like electrolyte-y, bacon as well, will help rejuvenate you. Oh, how did Eva and Ifrit fuse? So it's a glitch that happens when if she loads into my site on Ifrit and the game confuses it that like the game thinks she's on Ifrit and a person at the same time. So that's what happens. Like it happens sometimes. It's only I can see that. If someone loaded in after, it's just like it's just like a thing where if I load in and she's getting on or off Ifrit, my game thinks that she's on Ifrit even though she's herself, and when she changes weapons, Ifrit changes weapons. And it uses the Ifrit model to represent what she's doing. It's the same thing as when, if I load into a dungeon and you're already on Ifrit, it's going to look like you're dash attacking and doing these weird ass moves, but instead it's Ifrit. It's basically the opposite of that. I don't really know how to explain that version of it though, but it does happen. We just played with it for a while. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying the video, because I'm like, oh man, I don't do like non-streamed videos often, so. I guess I'm just gonna do normals until this boost runs out, so that way I can work towards my normal clears for the eggs. Because I'm like, oh, I'm on a boost anyway, might as well. Eat away, ever spawn style. That was your comment, yeah. Nothing better than an ever spawn egg that grows back. Got him. Normal's really relaxing with it for it. Like, it's just like dash everything, dash, dash, dash. Alright, doors are open. Ah, that's cool. I'm just glad people are watching it and enjoying it. It's already got 17 views, 4 likes, and 2 comments. I like that. I like that. What Odachi mag should you go for? Usually Wicked Wolf is really good. Like, that's the 105. You want to aim for that. You want to get to Kaguya's home on the moon and farm little mags for sure. Like, they have a lot of little skill force mags you can ornament and have. No, 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 what? You're an asshole. Ha! Got him. I like the song. What is this? Oh, 1925. Okay. But names of mags you want are Wicked Wolf, Tassogare. I think you need Shinonome to make Wicked Wolf, so that's important too. Dusk, Yoke, things like that. Look at all this yummy Ryu. I'm so poor. After making Celio, it took so much Ryu. Oh my god. Is the Abyss out? I rank 7 not worth keeping? Does it? Oh, is the Abyss Oogie rank 7 even worth keeping? Does it do a lot of damage? Yes. So the thing about the Abyssal Embrace, or not Abyssal Embrace, but the Garg's or Abyss's Oogie, is it works like Lance. And not many people know this, but it starts off with a really, really, really low skill force, but as you level it to like 70 and get it really high leveled, it's gonna have like 3,000 skill force, Like, it gets a shit ton of skill force later. Like, it should be as strong as, like, a Dark Lance at max level, but you're not invincible during it. It's a lot stronger than the Nadir Ogi. I've damage capped with it, and it's only, like, level 20, so... I think it's really cool. Mags from this update for Odachi. Okay, generally, you're gonna want the Thunder Mag, like the Knowledge Mags. You want Knowledge, Thunder Knowledge, Wind Knowledge. And if you get the eggs for it, you're gonna want your Odachi itself. And you need 10 eggs for that. And you're gonna want your... maybe some Mastery Mags for Odachi. Maybe, I don't know, for Wind. Wind, what the fuck? He survived. Are we on hard? What level is he? 70. Oh, okay. Just bad luck. But I was talking to a guy and he was saying the wind masteries for Odachi are really good because they're wind and slice, so that's a lot of damage for like fierce slash, let's say. Got him. My god, no cooldown. How do people play this game? Oh, you dropped a lot this time. Look at that. Tentacle, tentacle. Chloe Velt. I've been streaming a lot this week. Holy shit. I'm just thinking about it. Like, I've been like streaming like pretty much every day. It's mostly because like my parents are on vacation, so like they usually tell me to do stuff and they get in the way. The fuck? I think they're back tomorrow. I'm not sure. They're either back tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know. This week went by way too quick. More info. More info on what? You were writing. Writing what? Like, do you want to know more about Odachi Mags, or... You're probably going to want to grab the Collapsing Blade skill card. From the... Fuck. Fucked up. But you're probably going to want the Collapsing Blade skill card if you don't have it already. But that card costs the same as the Knowledge Mag, so it's not priority 1. Although I don't know if Odachi's dungeon drops Collapsing Blade or not. I think it does. I guess the bow dungeon. I don't know how important it is. And you guys certainly don't need Blazing Swing. Alright, Boosty, how much longer you got? 11 minutes. 11 minutes. That's like 5 runs. $128 as far as I can see. I remember it was back in July or August I hit 128, like for real. And now, like, a couple months later, it's actually a lot of months later. We're like in April, that was in August. And I'm 130. Oh, you're writing down all your time? Yeah, okay. Someone said something about Canada and I missed that comment. Hey, Sayus. I saw your message later, man. Sorry, I was like doing stuff. I really need the hell drops for knowledge mags. Yeah. They made that a thing this time. Last time you didn't need the equivalent of the crystal, but now you do. Oh, that was you? Okay. So my bro was asking me if it does... does it matter being in a party or not to get 105? It has no bearing at all. Like, I'll tell you how it does. Okay, it does have a little bearing on it, but not insanely. Like, if you're farming a recipe that drops off mobs, it does matter. Because if there's more people in your party, there are more mobs, so therefore more chances to get it. But if you're farming, let's say, dancing water that only drops off of the guy on the island, the little Kappa dude, or the Geisa worm in Mountain of Thorns, it doesn't matter because there's just one boss. Having multiple people does not make it any better. Unless you have trading and you're going to go in with 5 guys, and if someone gets it, you can get it off them. That's the only difference. So yeah, so if it drops from the boss, having a bigger party doesn't matter, unless of course you can just buy it off them once it drops. That's the only difference. But if it was like, let's say the 105 Skyrending, like for sword, then you'd want more flies and worms in Mountain of Thorns, and then, you know, same thing for Thunderquake and attacks, not attack star, things like that. Atake, why are you farming Atake for? What recipe are you getting? Like Raretsu? He's like the worst one to farm, in my opinion. Like, you have to be farming Raretsu. Yeah. So the Raretsu does only drop off boss, but in my personal experience, I've gotten it 4 times in the friggin' forest with all the Darumas. The reason why I fight all the Darumas is because every single Daruma has a chance of dropping the recipe, a Suyu weapon, and a gem. So there's 4 bosses in that one dungeon. The drop rate is a little lower than Atake, let's say, but you have 4 bosses to get it from. The dungeon might be somewhat long, but in my experience, having 4 bosses to drop it from is really, really good. That's like, Benkei Factory is the only place to get the Skyrending Fuse recipe. But you know, in the second town, like the Kikaigahara rest area, it's the dungeon that's there. The place you got to go to talk to Pepope, the little Daruma, the little Kijimuna that runs the train. Yeah. What do you mean in terms of laws, Dustin? Like, special laws, or just general laws, or I don't know. We've hate speech laws, which is horrible. Yeah, Anka Forest, that's it, yeah. Yeah, something like that. I always call it Honor Forest, but Honor Forest is like a different forest. It's Anka Forest, yeah. In general, like, yeah. I I don't really know. Like, I know we have hate speech laws, like I said. You can't kill people in Canada. You can't steal. You can't... I don't think adultery is illegal. I think it's like frowned upon. You can't have multiple spouses, but it's not like you're going to jail. You married two people, or you cheated on your wife or whatever. I don't think it's like a punishable law. Difficulty does matter. The best drop rate is hell, as always. So do whatever you can comfortably and the fastest, really. Unless it's normal, like either hard or hell, whatever you can do. For sure. But I'm not too versed on what kind of laws we have. Like, most of them are just common sense. Don't kill, don't steal, don't rape, don't... stuff like that. There's a new one where you have to identify trans and gender fluid people as the gender they identify as. Well, that's the thing. Well, that's a bill, right? Like, there's Bill C-16. Like, that's the one you're talking about. That's Bill 16. But are bills laws, or are they just motions to move the country? Like, I was never... Like, they never really taught us that in school. Like, is a bill a law, or is a law a law? Why are there two different words? I know that law is fucked, though. Like, any law that is, like, a punishment is derived from a subjective interpretation is at its core flawed, because you're relying on flawed human beings to enforce it. It's not something that's objective. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, like, there's nothing wrong with calling a doctor because he's a doctor, like Doctor Who, Dr. Bob, Dr. Stevens, instead of Mr. Like, that's a thing, right? They earned it. But there's a difference between, like, compelling speech. The main whole debacle about that's, like, compelled speech. Well, absolutely, man. But the whole thing is, the whole bad thing about it is compelled speech. Like, and some people say, well, it's just a matter of respect, right? It's like, well, respect is earned. Respect isn't, like, I don't respect everyone who crosses my path. I don't remember people's names who cross my path. I only respect people I know. So you can't, so, like, some people frame it, it's like, oh, it's just a thing of respect. It's like, well, you know, now, like, here's a scenario. So, you're in a car crash, you're a doctor, and I'm coming to help you, right? And you're like, help, and you're like, oh, help. I'm like, sir, what's the matter? It's like, sir, I'm a doctor, and I have my foot stuck in the fucking steering wheel. I need your help. And you start cussing me out because I called him sir instead of doctor. Like, that's not common sense. I'm gonna fucking help you. I'm trying to help you. Don't fucking bitch at me. Like, it's the same scenario, right? Like, I don't know who he is. Everyone's just a person until you know them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who you are. Like, it has to be, like, a title is something negotiated between two people. Right? Like, if you're a doctor and you go into the military, are they going to call you private or are they going to call you doctor? What if they don't know you're a doctor and they call you private or sergeant or whatever rank you earn, right? So, like, and then there's really not flamboyant, but really, like, out of the box identifications as well. Like, am I allowed to identify as a doctor? So if I'm a doctor and I'm a regular guy and I go identify as a doctor, you have to refer to me as a doctor? Is that the thing? Is that the deal? Like, is that what's going down here? Like, you know, I don't think so. I'll tell you a story. Like when I was in university, they don't know you are a doctor unless you told them. Exactly. 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 That's a doctor thing, right? So then, but when I was in university, one of my professors she said she had her master's. And I was always like, oh, cool, I want to have a master's. Because, you know why? Because I want people to call me master. I love that. I'm like, if someone's going to call me Master Logan, fuck yes. They're like, you're going to go get your PhD? Fuck no, I'm going to get a master's. People are going to call me master. And they're like, why? Because master sounds cooler. That's my literal thought process. And then when I was learning about it, they said, my friend said, well, they don't call you master. It's only for a doctor. I'm like, that's bullshit. And then I never went to secondary education. Well, I didn't go past my bachelor's. Like, they don't call me Bachelor Logan, you know. They don't call me Bachelor Oro. Do that teacher you mentioned in that one video got fired? Did the teacher I mentioned in that one video get fired? I don't think so, no. No. What? No. I don't think so. You'd have to remind me, but no. Don't think so. But that's the thing, like, it's... like, at its core, any law created just to be nice, for anything that would compel someone's composure or behavior beyond the realms of do not kill, steal, murder, and trespass upon another person, anything that breaches those lines and is a law built upon empathy or forced interaction that controls how you think is a bad law. Period. Like, that's it. Because that's not freedom. That's authoritarian in nature. And it's not good. If your children want to identify as another gender, you have to support them. Yeah, I heard about that. That's the one where people are gonna die, right? Like, so let's say hypothetically, you come home and your daughter identifies as a squirrel. She identifies as squirrel gender, and if you don't accept it, it's like whatever, right? Well, if you've met a child, I've identified as a Koopa from Mario when I pretend to play a game. Like, you know, we play pretend. Like, that's all cool and stuff. You can play with your kids. You can, like, you know, you need to support the fantasy, but there's a difference between fantasy and reality. But there are some people that really think they are what they are like that, and that's a mental case, in my opinion. Like, you know, if someone really thinks that they are like a dog or whatever, and like, you know, that's a whole different debacle. Like, you know, I can think I'm president. Can I identify as president? No. You know, like, once you apply it to titles, it's really fucked. Like, it's too broad and too, like, ridiculous at the same time. Like, what it should be, honestly, if they put any law in place, all it should be is you cannot persecute someone for what they identify as. That's what the law should be. It should not be you have to go along with someone else's fantasy. Are we talking about a teacher in a video where she was talking about her own place? Oh, yeah, that's okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that was Dr. Josephine. I don't think she got fired, but she got demoted or teach a different class or something like that. But yeah, they did something with her. Oh, my boost's over, thank God. But they did, yeah. They totally changed her up. But in terms of those laws and stuff, that's what I think the law should be. Like, I think they're going at it from the wrong angle. Like, it's like it should be illegal to like discriminate against someone because of their gender identity. So like, you know, I mean, I worded that wrong. Because I think people should be allowed to discriminate. You have the right to discriminate what you want to do, who you want to interact with, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, like, but what you should be able to do, or, like, that's what it should be. Like, you should not have... Like, you should have the right to discriminate against another person. Like, if I don't like you, I don't want to interact with you. That's discrimination. That's discrimination based on your character, though. That's not discrimination based on inalienable factors, like race, gender, and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. You know. You, like, conflated the two words. Yeah. But that's the difference. Like, in my opinion, I think that anyone is allowed to think any way they want. But the minute they act upon those thoughts, and in action, or an action does include speech, but I don't think, like, there's a point where you can verbally abuse someone, but, like, there's a big difference between me saying I'm gonna kill you and I'm getting a fucking knife out. Like, there's a big difference between those two things, right? Like, and sometimes we think aloud, and that's a huge gray area that not a lot of people think about, is that some people just think aloud. Some people can't think in their head. But if I think I'm gonna kill you, am I breaking laws? No. But if I actively go about killing you and start premeditating it and fucking planning, like plotting your bus route and like trying to get a like sniper tower going, like, yeah, that's a crime. Okay, that's bad. But there's a huge distinction between those two things. So like, but in terms of like discrimination and stuff, things should only be a crime when they're acted upon maliciously. Like, if there was like a doctor and I just kept calling him sir the entire day and ignored all his pleas to call him doctor, like, yeah, I'm bullying him, but are you going to send me to jail for that? Are you going to arrest me for that? Like, in my perspective, like, it's not worth it. Like, when you're playing with adults, he's not going to give a shit at the end of the day. He's not going to, like... Now, this is a made-up guy I'm talking about. Like, he's not going to go home crying and kill himself the next day because you don't acknowledge him as a doctor. Like, all that's going to come of it is you're going to keep calling him sir, and you're going to, like, break your leg, and he's not going to cure you. Like, he's going to turn a blind eye to you because you fucked him up. You never know. But the whole law seems very, very infantile. Like, it's very... The bill seems it's very geared towards, like, immature people. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people like that, and bullying does happen, and bad things do come out of bullying, but I don't know, when there's, like I was saying earlier, when there's too many laws based around, like, compelling people to do the right thing and not giving just, you know, like when you compel people's actions, thoughts, words, all that shit like that, that's bad. That's bad shit. But the law should have just been, like, if you discriminate someone and purposely act against them because of gender identity, race, anything like that, sort of like, if you just add gender identity to racism and just apply regular racism laws but including gender identity, you would just, like, the whole argument would have been gone. Like, you would just solve the issue. Like, just apply if it's immutable, right? If it's something you can't control, like your gender identity, like, I can't control being straight as much as, like, queen can control being gay, right? Like, that is something that can't control. So something like that should just apply to the same rules of racism. Like, you can't, you know, anything that would apply to a hate crime via race or any immutable trait should just apply to gender association as well, or identity, let's say, because it's something you can't control. Generally, in human society, if someone makes a bad decision, you can criticize them for that bad decision, but that only exists if gender identity is not a choice. And if it is not a choice, then you can't judge someone for it. Like, you can't just, like, you're not going to go make fun of a guy because he has a lazy eye. He can't do anything about it, right? Like, that's like a guy's in a wheelchair and you're making fun of him. Like, you're just an asshole, right? Like, he can't control that. Like, that's what it is. But when laws like that are passed, and it gives so much power to people that sometimes abuse it, and it's been abused, it is abused, it will be abused, and it shall be abused. It just makes a cudgel for people to use to oppress others. Like, it's very, very easy, and this happens in the workplace all the times. Someone's having a hard time with their boss picks on them, they call them he, and the next day they go to the news and they say, oh, I'm actually identified as a girl, but he kept calling me he. And they can get into a lot of trouble about that, and then they'll make a faux, like a framing shit, and like you're using this law to beat down an innocent person who's just trying to live. Like, he didn't really trespass against you. It'd be different if, like, let's say you are like a trans person, right, or whatever it may be, and you say I identify as a female or whatever it may be, and you tell your superior, hey, I want you to address me as this, and it's nothing outrageous, so you have documentation for it, you know, like, and he still chooses to ignore that, then that's purposely going against something to whatever, you know, then that's different. That's something that would make more sense if there was official documentation for it, if you visited a psychiatrist or something and they explained it, all that stuff. Because, I don't know, there's so many ways to slice it, but at the core of it, I just think just add a gender identity to everything governing racism stuff, like, you know, someone's skin color, race, ethnicity, and anything that would be considered racist in that, just apply it the same thing. Just put it in the same bowl and just apply those laws to it, and it resolves itself. But the way they're doing it with compelled speech and shit is just, it's bad. It's bad. That's what led to the Gulag Archipelago with Russia, and equality of outcome, equity laws, that's it there, that's that shit there. The problem is if they are to legally qualified to identify as another gender and they legally become that gender. The problem is if they are to legally qualified to identify. Yeah, if you're legally required, not qualified, if you're required to identify, yeah, that's the thing. Like, religious or not, like, everyone's entitled to their own beliefs, right? Like, I can believe that, you know, red is better than blue. Am I being racist? No, I just prefer red. You know, it doesn't matter. Only when you apply things to red, that's a different thing. Because you might think I'm talking about two political parties. You might be thinking I'm talking about the Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger. You might think I'm talking about fire and water. But that's your subjective opinion. I'm just talking about two abstract colors that have nothing to do with anything. But in terms of religious people, I don't know. I think in terms of all the political climate going on right now, oh, no, like a dude marrying a trans guy. No, like a dude marrying a trans guy that became a woman. Like, you mean a priest? Like he's the verb of marrying, or just a guy marrying a guy, or whatever. Like two people marrying. Like for me, I don't care if you're a guy, girl, whatever you are. If you're an individual marrying another individual, go for it. Just find someone who's gonna do it. Like a dude. Well, I mean, so, like, do you think? Are you talking about the priest, or are you talking about the wife and groom? Like, you just gotta clarify. Because I don't know who the he is in this situation. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a modern day trap. See, if in any relationship, if you have to lie and trick the other person into marrying you, then you know they're not worth marrying at that point. You know, like you're just catfishing at that point. It doesn't matter what they identify as, but that's fine, Ray. It's just no nerd. Ask me some questions. I know this is off topic, rant, but which is better, knowledge mag or fuse? Okay, so knowledge takes extra durability, but it's a lot of dark, like a lot of dark, or lightning or wind. Both have their ups and downs. Generally, just though, knowledge does not have crit force, and knowledge takes extra durability, whereas a fused has crit force, like 15 crit force, 2 elements, no durability reduction, and its skill force is really high, only under half HP, but knowledge's skill force is constant so long as you meet a certain level. Let's talk Onigiri. Alright, yeah. So, if we want to talk Onigiri, we talk Onigiri. It's just, we got into a conversation. There should not be an Onigiri court system. Let everyone judge themselves. Knowledge, you can use 4 and carry Kaguya's. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah. So that's how I break that down. Yeah, Oni. Back to Oni. Like an hour of like freaking. Yeah. It all ST. What was I doing? Oh, right. We're probably gonna crash somewhere along the line. Yeah. It all started from the, like what Canadian laws you have, like I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what us people kind are gonna do. I didn't want to talk to you. And Sword Mastery Mag is exactly, yeah. It takes 10% more Dura, but it's going to add 30 Slice to it, and if you're 128, you get 150 Skill Force all the time. And it has Crit Force on it. So, think of it like Knowledge, Mastery, Cielo, but like Mastery is just fine. And it's the equivalent of like 105 Tempest, or 105 Fuse Tempest, like the same 3 levels. And Cielo, I mean these things here. Alright. So, how many? Wow, we got a lot of goat horns. Did I get enough? Yay, we got like 70 of them. Bye. QL. Infernus and Prayer Crystal? Probably. He's doing alright though. So I heard that they're gonna be a second yeah. Yeah. For the rest of the jobs. Yeah, like after this update, when we finally get to do the Fujin quest, whatever, there's gonna be another update. What happened to I think Cielo's not worth it? I found out that Cielo does 50% bonus damage and lets you break damage cap in the dungeon. That's what happened to it. Like with Kieran, I'm doing 19 million, so I think it's worth it for this event alone. That's for sure. Part 2, they add like a castle to it, and Kenshin comes into play, and there's a green Yogg we have to fight in a Dragon Arc thing. I can already do that. 19 million? A hit? Nah, bro. I hope Yogg 2 is weak to something other. Like, he's weak to fire, I think. Yeah. Like, I've seen fire do really well on him. So Kieran with her fire is going to kick ass. Hoa with her fire. But the green one, I think Maida's going to do fine, but I heard it's fire. I don't know. I really don't know how that's going to go. How the exchanges are. I don't know if they're going to refill them or they're going to just leave them stagnant. I don't know. I really don't know. I need to talk to someone. Kaguya, my good girl. My good woman. I need you to ornament this bag for me. Was the Canadians and Americans and the British a part of the creation of the atom bomb? Probably. The atomic bomb, people were studying that forever. Like men and women scientists, like Oppenheimer was part of that too. It was mostly Germans. German scientists studied that too. A lot of people. I don't really know all the specifics of the atom bomb's creation, but a lot of Western minds went into that. Exactly. You have to just run it with the partner. I don't know. You gotta get stronger. Look at this shit knowledge. Look at this shit other knowledge. Ew. I got a rumbling mag today, and it got shit rolls. It's got the same rolls as my Senryu. It's horrible. I gotta drink some juice. Yeah. Yeah, Hiroshima and stuff. So we got a new Spear Mastery. So we're gonna see if we can get any good rolls on it. Damn, son. Yeah, they're not as kind as Yogg was. Like Ho-Oh, like you don't have like Maida, when you play as Maida and Toshi, they're not like Ho-Oh god tier. Like they can't just carry you through. For sure. How many inverted I have one cushion left? Oh no. When you only have one cushion, fuck. One cushion. Give me 8 crit slice HP, please. Fuck. Well, this one's gone. This one's gone. That didn't take long. I don't know about that. Alright, Spear Mastery Mag, Cielo. Spear Mastery. Look at this garbage SP. Magatem of no. Oh, I might need a new knowledge mag. Ooh. Oh no, I got this one right here. Shit, perfect. Other side spear. 80. Ever spawn egg. I do not want to buy cushions. Unless they're like 1 OC for like 5. I do not want to buy cushions. Yeah. Hey Kite, I'm doing alright. Nibba. I favorited the eggs again. Everspan egg. Watashi gambarimasu. Oh, I keep thinking it's in here, but it's not. Let's hope it gets a good grade. Am I doing any runs today? Maybe. Maybe tonight. I don't know. I have to go farm some Kyoto in a minute here. So let's hope Celio number 2 gets a high grade toad oil. High grade toad oil. I wish these mags just give you 1 to every drop. That'd be so good. That's decent. That's good defense. 7,000? What is that? 85! Woo! 85! Woohoo! Coolio. Coolio Celio. Coolio. Okay. I'm probably going to crash because we've been running for an hour, so expect a new stream soon. Alright, alright. Okay. Celio uno. Celio dos. No, the grade's only static for the mags you get from the exchange shop. Like if I got a knowledge or a lightning mastery or a wind mastery or any other mastery, they would be 100 static because it's from an exchange shop. But since I craft them, since you craft the Celio, the grade is random. Just like with fuse mags, 105s, Tempest, Sparrows, anything. No such thing as a grade 0 Sparrow. Yeah. And did you guys see this Thunder Mastery? Look at this thing. When the crit is just right. Look at that beautiful thing. If it didn't take so much Dura. I'm probably gonna put it on anyway. Honestly. Just because it's so much crit right now. Holy shit. What else can I put? This build's weird. I could put this Great Dog. It'd be so much lightning. It'd be like 94 lightning and like 200 dark. Or 140 dark. That might be the best course of action, honestly. But I'm gonna see what kind of 4th mag I can wear with this build as is. Okay. Oh wow, we have a lot of chakra here. Burai. Burai, you say. Whew. We can wear Chiami? Oh my god. What do you need for Cielo? You need to be 130 to wear it. That's the first thing. You need 20 eggs for the recipe, 10 eggs to craft it. And it takes an other side spear or other side of your class at plus 80. It takes a mastery, like a spear mastery, sword mastery of darkness for your class, and it takes a Magatama of knowledge. Yep. I can wear Chiyami. Oh, I can wear Hanzo. Oh my god. 34, 34. Oh fuck.